Nice. Looks like we live on YouTube as well. First time doing this. Okay, I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds, see whoever hops on. Nice. Looks like we live on YouTube as well. Let me mute that. That was horrible. It's gonna be a treat for each and every one of you. About to go over how we can use AI nowadays to work on improving your credit. So I'm gonna go over how I got started and also a lot of the dispute process techniques that I've done over the past 7 years. How I helped over 300 people improve their credit, worked on it for them. A lot of mistakes that I made, how tedious that process is, and now how AI makes it a whole lot easier, especially with this new tool that I created that I found as well. It was an idea that I had back in 2023. And moving forward to right now, I was able to create it because I saw the wave that the industry is going based off of people don't trust nobody. Nobody trusts influencers anymore. Really, nobody really knows what's going on in their career. Nobody knows how the techniques and processes work anymore. People are tired of all the style letters that's received. They don't know how to do it. A lot of people don't even know how to read a credit report or even how to create a dispute letter either. So I'm gonna go over all that today and right now. And I want to, how can I set this stuff up? Let me minimize this one. Yeah, let's do the screen share real quick. What the hell? PowerPoint. Oh, this how you do that? I'm still technically inclined a little bit. Hold up. I made this PowerPoint. I can't even screen share it. Pause. How can I be an engineer and don't even know how to screen share a PowerPoint on Zoom? Oh, this go hard. I wonder if y'all can see this though. Let me see. Oh, you can. Perfect. All right. No, there's a delay on YouTube. So let me go ahead and get started. So this is how nowadays you can fix your credit report yourself and let AI do all the heavy lifting now. So the tool I'm talking about today is Report Recon. Report Recon is an AI tool that I created that pretty much focuses on specializing in getting results today in 2026. So the way that I've always been learning since 2023, whenever I came across arbitration techniques. So arbitration is an alternative way for you to do credit report disputing in a certain way so that you can prepare the file in order to just go straight to arbitration to bypass the court system. A lot of these debt collectors and banks and credit card companies, they don't want to go the arbitration route because they can make more money doing something else than just having the debt waived and you just don't bank with them anymore if you go through that process. And also FCRA violation. So that matters a lot right now. So I'm about to go ahead and dive into that right now. Okay, so before we get into everything, I am Keritan.shelby again. I started JMS Consulting Firm back in 2020 to just do business funding basically. Because I got into real estate first and then I started doing business credit and credit repair during the pandemic era. I just wanted to figure out a way to make some extra money. And I knew that I'd be getting into the credit side eventually because I always found about a ton of different ways to do business. And with business funding, I found out that I can build credit without using my personal credit, then also get access to other business funding and credit stuff by wiping away my inquiries and doing other credit hacking techniques so that I can get massive amounts of funding in a short period of time without it affecting my personal credit. And I had the bright idea of making this a business. And I did. But the big thing I want to do, I just wanted a credit card churn and travel hack. And I did that. I flew across the world to multiple different countries, travel hack, stayed in all the luxurious areas and hotels with my buddies and mastermind across the world, and it was fun. It still is fun today. So I spent years myself creating dispute teams and also doing the files myself. I'm really good at credit repair, and I'm going to teach you how to do the same thing today. So it's a very, very easy process to do it, especially once you figure it out. So I'm going to go do a deeper dive and I share a couple of the credit reports and how I look through them. That way you can use this as well in the future. So I built the workflows that report recon runs off of. So it gave the workflows the same dispute process that I use in my own credit repair business. I trained the AI model in order to do the same thing. And I also trained it on the legitimate up-to-date laws and also the workflow and techniques that we can use for SLA violations and arbitration. You don't know what all that means? Just know that it's way better than ChatGPT and Claude and it works. Okay? Oh, I did that. So I pretty much kept doing the same manual work on every single file for every single client, right? So even if I don't do it, my team member is going to do it. So my VAs, they do the same repetitive task and technique every single time. And when you do the same thing over and over and over again, that's something that can be outsourced and automated, and that is a thing that has been done. So whenever you put a credit report, you go try to find the inaccurate items immediately. It don't matter if you pull from Smart Credit, Identity IQ, My Score IQ, My Free Score Now, Free Score Fast, My FICO. They all, each one is labeled a little bit differently. That's a whole nother topic about how 3B outside third-party reporting companies, they add in extra fields to the main credit report that you don't know what the difference between them are. And how if you just do it from the annual credit report is different. So you have consumer law, factual disputing techniques, Metro 2. A lot of people don't even do Metro 2 and EOSCA, all that stuff is pretty much just a waste of time. The way you always get results is by doing factual disputing. Factual disputing in and of itself is consumer law. Pretty much the same thing, right? So whenever you do the same thing over and over and over again, that's just a recipe for outsourcing it. So you do that, you create the dispute letter. And depending on how many inaccurate items you have on your credit reports, that's gonna dictate how long it's gonna take you to figure out the negative item, figure out how to dispute it, and then create the dispute letter. It's all a time-consuming task. So as I just said, you're gonna pull the credit report. Man, I gotta hold up. How do I move my head? Move my head out the way. You pull the credit report, you're gonna read it line by line, research whatever route it might be, draft the letter, then you're gonna mail it and wait. That's the old process, the way of doing credit repair. This takes a very long time. Now, whenever you're disputing though, you're gonna send off a dispute letter, right? But based off the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is the law 15 USC 1681, the consumer reporting agencies have 30 business days to respond to your credit dispute by law. The CFPB and other lawmakers, they amended that rule sometimes to give them an extra either 15 days and sometimes up to 60 days to respond. So, but what we do is we wait 40 business days to wait before they're supposed to respond to any kind of dispute that you send off. If they don't respond within that time frame, that's a violation of the FCRA. But you control what you can control, and what you can control is you reading, putting a credit report, knowing how to process, dispute it, and also file a dispute letter. So this is the old way that you always do it, and it takes a pretty long time. Just imagine if you did not have the resources or knowledge about how to pull a credit report and dispute it like I do, you're going to be lost. And that's why a lot of people in America right now, they're stuck working on their credit because they don't even know what to do, who to trust, don't want to get scammed, don't want to waste money, and it's all bad negative law that's been introduced. Let's see here. So now you know manual credit disputes are slow, repetitive, and it's really easy to get wrong. Because if you're doing the same thing, you can make one small mistake on with your wording, it can screw a lot of stuff up. So most people do get stuck before they even file a dispute. A lot of people don't know what it needs to be included in a dispute. You got a dispute letter package. You got the basic ones that can be done. Then you have some advanced ones depending on if you know how you structure the dispute letter and what round you might be in and how long that might take. So even in this particular example, some some people don't even know how to go to annualcreditreport.com and pull your credit report. So if you have a freeze on Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion right now, and you go to annual credit report to try to pull your credit report, it's not going to work because the file is locked and you have to unfreeze it so you can go and access your free report. Before COVID had happened, you wasn't able to pull your free credit report from them. It was only once a year. But after COVID, it changed the law so that we can put it once every week. I don't even know why they made it to where you're going to put it once a year. It's like they didn't want you to have good credit. But that's a different conversation, even of itself. So sometimes annual credit report do freeze people out constantly. Uh, the identity verification set fails, site times out, report that does come through a while of code, nobody explained, blah, 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 whatever that means. But a lot of times too, whenever you go to ancreditreport.com, you gotta choose Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Those are the main ones you want to get access to. And a lot of times, especially with TransUnion, they'll freeze you and lock you out of there as well. So whenever I sign up a new client for credit repair, what we've always done is we made our clients sign up for the free reports, the profiles with Experian.com, Equifax.com, and service.transunion.com because that's a profile and account that you want to have access to yourself, anyways. That way you can always go and look at your credit profiles. I say profiles and not reports through there because through those direct websites, you some of it you can dispute online, but you can't read the full in-blown depth credit report as you would if you can go pull it from annualcreditreport.com. Experian.com is a different kind of situation where you can dispute via Experian Backdoor. Experian Backdoor is a nice thing that is available right now that a lot of people don't know about, but it has been talked about over the social media over the last couple of years. But that's something where we can go do the backdoor and also through the dispute center and pull the same credit profile as you would through annualcreditreport.com. And that's how I got around a lot of times. I have all my clients do the same thing. What I do, especially in our dispute department, for getting access to end credit reports whenever it stalls out in Experience. So stuff like that is what people don't know. And that is what these free trainings will be aided to whenever you're using this tool to help you fix your credit. So normally it takes about an hour or two to do one person's file. When we say file, that means for you to fix your credit. Like file a dispute letter with one consumer reporting agency. That is like this Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. So if you got 20 negative items, what is a negative item? A negative item can be an account with late payment, one late payment, or 20 late payments, or it can be a collection. It can be a charge off, a foreclosure, bankruptcy, a repossession, or an account that is in your name that's from a deceased person, or an account where you got somebody mixed social security number because your dad's name, y'all got the same name, but the account appearing on your credit report. That happens a lot too. It's called a mixed file. Sometimes those accounts get mixed up as well. So comparing 2 to 4 hours per a full report compared to having AI do it in 5 to 7 minutes, there's a complete free of time. So this helps out a lot of CROs. CRO is a business owner doing credit repair, right? And then from you as a consumer, and then I be watching this and want to fix your own credit, it's going to speed up your time in order for you to get the process started so you can buy a home, buy that car, start your business, do whatever it is you want to do, and stop putting off the fact that you want to work on your credit. Because a lot of people, they put it off because they don't know where to start. They're afraid, they don't want to make any mistakes. I promise you, you just disputing something isn't going to screw anything up. The only time you might screw something up is if you don't know the statute of limitations with any kind of debt that's a charge off or collection. Because if you're within the statute of limitations, they can still sue you for that debt. If you aren't, then you're fine with disputing. But even if they do sue you, that's what arbitration's for. It's always ways to get around stuff. All right. Let's see here what's next. So let's go ahead and look at a real report real quick. I want to show y'all what I mean by how long it take to read a credit file, disputing it, and stuff like that. Let me see. How can I? Let me go ahead and open this real quick. Yeah, this is a good one. I don't want to show the personal information though. Yeah, let's do. Yeah, this will work. Why is that installing it? That's stupid. Boom. Perfect. Okay, so this is an annual credit report from Experian. Experian is I love reading Experian and Equifax. Equifax is my favorite because it's easy to find the violations with them. But the issue that Equifax just did, they changed the formatting of the credit reports because they knew for a fact that they were getting sued left and right based off of how inaccurate they were reporting things. TransUnion is the hardest from a business standpoint for TransUnion, they're doing it right. They're making it pretty difficult to read, but they all have a certain way of messing up whenever they were just reporting inaccurate stuff. So this is a collection account. With Experian, the biggest thing that we always try to look for, and with the technique that I'm about to show you right now, is what's called factual disputing. Whenever we are creating a dispute, for somebody, we always tackle the personal information first. So the way I made a YouTube video about disputing your personal information, how you can remove the negative names, phone numbers, and add old addresses, and sometimes social security numbers from your credit report just by doing online disputes. That's the quickest and fastest way to get that taken care of. But whenever you're disputing accounts like these, like this particular collection account, you don't want to do online disputes with this because you're going to waive your rights. So what we look for on Experian, the first thing too is the payment history. This payment history, a lot of times with Experian, whenever you look at an account that's open and how they reporting things right here, that's gonna let you know if they're reporting inaccurately or not. So for collections, you see this chart right here. It says C. Collections is always supposed to be reporting C's. And whenever you try to go to an account that has if it's open or closed, normally whenever you pay it off, it's supposed to show a close symbol in one of these. So I'll probably scroll up here. This person got a closed account on my credit report, and I'll show you. A lot of times they don't have that either. In this account info section right here, you have the day open. Sometimes I had the date it was closed, the original balance, the terms, the statuses, and updated and remarks section. A lot of those you want to be looking for. And even the account number. If any of these is missing or inaccurate, that's going to help you get this account deleted from your credit reports. Now, whenever you are doing what we call a 3B report. The 3B report is a report from Smart Credit, Identity IQ, My Free Score, Fast Score Now, blah, blah, blah. And they have all three of the reporting agencies. I don't call them bureaus, I call them reporting agencies listed by themselves. So you can cross check them. So cross-checking in, you can see they're reporting the same thing. If they're not reporting the same thing, which like 90% of the time they aren't, then that's factually inaccurate, and that'll allow you to get it deleted from your credit reports. But you got to stay on it and dispute it right. So with the annual credit reports, you get your report for free. From those other providers I was talking about, you have to pay either anywhere between $19 or $50 a month just so you can get access to those features. So as you can see here, this says this date was open February 14th, 2024. Right here, that's what this is. So if it was open on this date, then it's supposed to be reporting C's here and here as well. As you see, it isn't. So that's a factual inaccurate credit report already for this collection account. And we will use that in the dispute letter when we send it out to Experian and get this off the credit reports. And you see right here, it says the original balance and the highest balance is $125. So this balance history grid right here is supposed to be showing the same thing for the entire uh, reporting link. And as you can see, it's reporting that, but you can also see that it isn't showing the date that it was open and all up until the date that this report was pulled, which was I think was in June. And it ain't even showing June, and it's not even showing October previous months. So that's inaccurate as well. You'll use that in the dispute process letter and maybe get that off too. So that's two things already. Every single thing that you find, you want to use that in the dispute letter, and that's what makes it longer. It takes a lot more time to get it off. So this student loan, for example, you see right here how it was paid, closed, right here. Boom. So it's showing closed. So any other account that's actually paid closed is supposed to show that. If it's not reporting that, that's inaccurate. Get off. But this student loan is not inaccurate. A lot of people get those mixed up, but that's a time for another conversation, another video, or whatever it might be, where dealing with student loans and how you deal with that. So let's try to find another negative account on this real quick. And you see how long it takes to scroll through this to try to find each one of these, and you'll circle it and all that stuff. So here we go, student loan right here. So if you look at these, you got three sections we like to look at. This account info section, payment history section with the payment history guide, and it's supposed to be the balance history section too. So for this one, this payment history section is littered with all these things that's negative and inaccurate. So you got ND, no data, but it's supposed to be reporting either the on time paid check marks, or any kind of situation where it's inaccurate and negative. And also with student loans on the report late payments when you go not 90 days past due, not immediately 30 days past due. And with TransUnion on the report charge off status is at the 180-day mark. So they report 120, 120, 120, and then charge off. And a lot of people they get that mixed up. Whenever you on social media or TikTok and you scrolling around trying to get some hacks going on so you can figure out how you can get something different in credit reports, and you end up screwing yourself by doing the wrong dispute tactic because you don't know that it was actually legal. So in this situation, this account didn't go in the charge off status. It just got all these lates and it's still open, deferred. Deferred don't really mean much. You see this balance of 4662 and its original balance of 4500. That's supposed to be matching up, but it's not matching up because if this is the what's the original balance? Highest balance isn't even reporting anything. It's supposed to be reporting that. So that's supposed to be reporting that statement amount there. And all of these check marks in these statements, all that's inaccurate. So you use that to get some stuff off your credit whenever you dispute it. That's another one. You got all these invalid dates too in the comment section. The comment section is another thing you look at if you actually disputed it. That's what makes credit repair not a scam, but people just don't know what they're doing. So that's inaccurate still. That's inaccurate there. Still inaccurate. Same thing. And this is just on the Experian report. Equifax got the same thing, and TransUnion got the same thing, but it just formatted differently. So all these student loans for this person's account or credit report is inaccurate, and it can get deleted. You only, but I'm only looking at this, and the software only looks at negative accounts, not a positive student loan account. A positive student loan account isn't hurting your credit. What's going to hurt it is if it's been open for 20 years and you have on-time payments and you pay it and you pay it off and you close it, then all your age disappears. That's the only time when your credit score going to drop. But if you have a positive open account, that's not hurting you at all as far as your credit score. But since it's already negative, it got late payments on it. This is where the disputing techniques take place. In this account, it's inaccurate too. Still inaccurate, still inaccurate, still inaccurate. I think I'm seeing some comments coming on the chat. I'll address those at the end. I don't want to get too distracted just yet. I want to make sure I get through the program. I want to get through and show. And I'll answer some of these questions at the end. Okay, that ain't bad. So I guess student loans are called. Here go another one. Oh, let me keep going. Show the name. See, security is a big thing for me. I don't want to show people's information. So I know how these reports are structured. So I don't want to expose anything that don't need to be exposed. Boom, 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 boom. That was it. So that's all I'll show on that one. So that's basically so if you didn't have any experience knowing what to look for, just imagine how long it would take for you to go search the internet and sift through information that you might not know might be accurate or not, what's true or not, and how you could use that to your advantage. It's a lot of information that you'll find on Google and also on Reddit. Reddit's the worst place in all those forums in order to try to find a way that you can improve your credit. Even some of these courses, there are some good courses out there. A lot of people do put out some decent information, but anything that you will say that, for example, you get results in 30 days or 5 days or 7 days, and you'll get results. Anything like that, those quick results maybe took you 5, 7 years to screw up your credit. Stuff like that may work, right? But it's short-term success for way worse pain in the long run. And that's what get this industry a bad name. Because you see everybody going to jail, going to prison for doing those scammy techniques when maybe it'll work if you want to do it on yourself from a business owner standpoint. That's what people go to prison for. So let me I'm talking about figure out how I do this again. Where was I? Where did I even leave off? I was on slide 8. Okay. So you saw how long it would take, and that was just on experience. Just imagine about Equifax and TransUnion. And I left out so much minute details too. It's a lot that goes into the process. And then if you're paying for credit repair, sometimes, depending on who you paying to do it for you, you're paying for the experience and the knowledge that person already knows that can be quicker. Now, on behind the scenes, if they have a team, when they don't have a team, and fulfillment might be garbage, that's something you got to take into account too. So why not just take it to your own hands? So that's what I did. So with this, it's not a generic chat bot that's pointing at your credit report. So with ChatGPT and Claude, and I know this is in the PowerPoint slide at some point, I think towards the end, where I go over how if you uploading your credit report to ChatGPT and Claude directly, you're literally exposing all of your personal information to the world to see. You want to keep your credit private. You're so sacred about your own personal credit, but you're not knowledgeable enough to know all the issues with internet and social software products like I am because I'm a software engineer. So I've been building software products for the last 10 years and I'm actually pretty good at it. I just don't talk about it. So I know all the issues and cybersecurity flaws that go into it. And later on in this slide, I'm gonna show you exactly the issues behind it and they try to patch it. But once it's exposed on the internet, it's a wrap. And the terms and conditions that's listed within ChatGPT and Cloud makes it so that uh they can use that information to train their models with. So I built this file, I'll call it a file, with my files, my own workflows, my own SOPs that I created for dispute processes, real court cases that prove that the clients won whenever you filed the dispute, sent to the court, and it won. There's some premium court cases out there that you can find on the internet where people won for disputing with Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion for violations, inaccurate violations. One of them is I think Martinez against TransUnion. That's a famous case you should look up. And it's another one. I think that, yeah, with that one, it's another one too. But you have to, and this is whenever we get to the attorney aspect of everything. Because I work with attorneys when we get ready to file, send certain cases over to them in order to do arbitration or FCRA stuff, where once we have a case, for example, and we file disputes the right way, the long, strenuous, tedious way, not the shortcut hacks, you file it, and then you try to apply for something. So whenever you try to apply for a credit card, a home, or something like that, and you get denied, you're getting denied on purpose because you know that your credit's already bad, and it's because it's not your fault. Experian, Equifax Insurance Union is not following the Fair Credit Reporting Act because in 15 USC 1681A, it says that they're supposed to be following a procedure to show maximum reportable factual accuracy at all times, but they don't, based on what I just told you. So using that and having proof that you got denied, it actually shows true damage. And that true damage is going to allow the attorney or even you to win in court. Welcome to America. You gotta know the sauce. All right. So court cases and ongoing reviews, these methods get refined as long as I update the model. All right. So this is the full picture. I'm gonna skip over some of this stuff because some of this jargon don't really matter. A plain English breakdown of every single account with a potential issue. So in the software itself, you're gonna get a breakdown of every single negative account. We only care about the negative accounts that's on your credit report, not anything that's positive. Positive accounts is great. This is for repairing your credit for any kind of negative account. It might be an account with a late payment, got collection, a charge off, bankruptcy, anything like that. And it goes in detail why, well, not why is it hurting me, but where do it violate the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or how you can approach this with arbitration of factual inaccuracies, how you can do that. That's where it goes into that relevant finding details, bureau specific dispute letters ready to print and send. Yep, that's true. And we don't care about whenever I built this, I made it so that it's easy to use and be as cost effective. So if you were to come to me for credit repair, or basically anybody else, you'll have to be signed up for a credit monitoring subscription platform. It's actually pretty useful to use, but most people don't even use it because it comes with identity theft protection as well, especially the providers that I like to promote most of the time and that we use in the business. But whenever it comes time for lawsuits and going to court, you need to use the annual credit reports, and also it's free 99. So that's an extra cost that's alleviated from you whenever you use the tool. Okay, so these EOSCA codes, I don't really care about the EOSCA codes, but for those people that's technical, that it shows that as well, and a response tracker, that way you know what's pending and what's next. So whenever you send off a dispute letter, you want to know how much longer you have until they're supposed to respond to you in a certain time frame. We set it to 40 days. So before I show you how it works, I want to answer what you probably already thinking right now. And it's what I just talked about, the security aspect of it. So is it putting a credit report into AI unsafe? In general, yes. The main models that everybody use on the internet. But it's not, nobody has created something until today, and this is what I made, which makes it so that it's secure for you to use for repairing your own credit. So I posted this. No, I didn't post this. This was posted on the internet, and you can see if you go to Google right now and you type in site colon claude.ai /public/artifacts, you're gonna see that. Well, before I think they put it down. They took this off the internet, but the internet is king. As soon as it's posted, people are gonna always save it. They're gonna store this shit in the GitHub repo and show that these companies don't care about you and all that. So this was posted on Twitter, and I saw it, and then I went ahead and screenshot so I can just use this as an example. And I got a video of it as well. In the next iteration of this PowerPoint, I'm gonna add it that way you can see what I'm talking about. But ChatGPT did the same thing last year. So ChatGPT and Claude, the biggest AI models that everybody use, has serious privacy issues. And we have people listen to these influencers on social media that says upload your credit reports to ChatGPT and Claude, and they doing it behind the scenes using your credit profile, and your stuff is getting leaked to everybody on the internet. It's right here. These artifacts. Now they just removed it, but that's the issue, right? So how is my product different? How is it different? So what I do is we scrub out everybody's PII. PII is personal information something. I forgot the rest. But we scrub all your personal information away. Your name, address, phone number, transfer your social, had your social security number on it. Remove the social security number and anything else that's attached to you personally before it gets transferred to the AI model. And the AI model is in the sandbox in this black box so that it don't do anything malicious because we trained it and we protect everybody's information from doing that. So that's what's different between just using a local AI like ChatGPT and Claude and using the tools that just specify for this for credit repair because that's how we made it. Yeah, this goes into that a little bit more detail. So yeah, you see. So in July 2026, the reporting confirmed that conversation and artifacts had users had shared through Claude's public share links was showing up in ordinary Google searches. So the same thing happened with ChatGPT, August of 2025. But yeah, Anthropic, they did remove that fast. But like I said, as soon as it's on the internet, it's there. Though these hackers got AI bots that set up to find little shortcuts like that. Boom, find it fast and then exploit it fast, and that's it. Just use AI to combat AI. And yes, we have AI that also patches bugs fast too. Yeah, I warn people about this. This is a reel that I had posted. This is the one in August 2025. You can go, I think I posted on YouTube too, on my Instagram and Facebook. The same thing. So site code chatgpt.com/share. And you'll be able to see, well, actually you probably won't because they removed it from Google. Maybe it's on Brave or well, they don't work on Brave. But you don't want to put your credit reports at the hands of somebody else who don't know how to use the tools. You want to put it your hands, your trust in somebody that do know how to use the tools, and you don't want to be uploading this stuff directly to ChatGPT and Claude at all. Don't do that because the terms and conditions will be using your model to train theirs. Yeah. So another question that I did get that what you might be thinking about is what happens if you use this and you get in legal trouble? So I talked about that too. So Report Recon is a self-help tool. It don't provide legal advice, practice law, or create an attorney-client relationship. None of that at all. So what it does do is surface factual findings, these inaccurate balances, wrong statutes, duplicate outdated accounts for you to review and decide what to do with it. So you can control every letter before it's sent and nothing goes out automatically on your behalf. I don't. Yeah, that's on the roadmap. Plan on adding that where you can just mail by at a click of a button as well. So right now you gotta download the letter, add in your driver's license, address, not the driver's license, a proof of your personal address, and a copy of your own social security card that you can use that in the dispute packet to send out to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. I'm not taking any of that information in the software for those reasons. I don't want to be in control of your personal information at all that's secured to you. So that's in your hands. So active litigation, the arbitration strategy that goes way beyond the standard dispute. So I answer this in more detail, especially since I have done credit repair and we had a ton of people get sued whenever we were doing the dispute process for them. If that ever happens, there's a lot of ways that you can combat that. So what a lot of people do whenever they get sued is they don't respond at all. So they get the court case that's sent to them and they just stall. That's the worst thing to do. You need to respond to that lawsuit with either a motion to compel arbitration or two other documents I can't think of off the top of my head right now. So a lot of these collections or credit card companies has arbitration clauses in your credit card contracts. And those arbitration clauses state that if there is some remediation that needs to be happening between both parties, you can handle this outside of court and go through arbitration to handle it. So as soon as you get a lawsuit summons, you respond to it with that, and then you do that, go that route. But you have to know what you're doing. And we have a tool that I recommend in order to handle that if you start getting sued by somebody. So, in other words, there's nothing to worry about as long as you know what to do. And that's what these trainings in my Facebook group are going to be for while you're using the tool. How do you know it actually works? So the tool itself is created from my own dispute processes, my own techniques from the past 7 years. I've helped over 300 people get access to $50,000 plus in funding, buy a house, start a business, um, fix their credit, they screw it up again and refix it and do the process 2 times over. And I've got over probably 60 plus reviews all across Google, video testimonials on the my business page, AMS Consulting Firm, even on YouTube, and all the other websites. So I just took all those processes and I made it into my own baby, which is the software. It works because I made it. And I made it based on my own workflows, techniques, and processes. And if it's so simple, why hasn't anybody else built it? Well, they about to now because people are going to try to copy it based on whenever they see what the industry is like. And I feel like credit repair is going to be dead pretty soon based off of all the laws that's being passed with FTC, CFPB, and all these things that's going on. So you either got to pivot or die. But a lot of people that be in credit repair that does a lot of flashy marketing, those people is short lived. And nothing against nobody. Everybody get their money how they can, and if you can do it, that's great. But it's just a business industry that's gonna be very, very hard to be prolonged. So there'll be gonna be a lot more people that's trying to make these products, and people are gonna say, "Oh, I can just vibe code this. I can vibe code it in a week." Man, it took me a year to build this, and I'm a software engineer, and I did use AI to help speed up the process. But if you don't know how to build code and products and software, then it's a lot of people is not gonna build it, and a lot of people don't have the domain expertise that I got. I have all the resources and people and knowledge, the right way to dispute and the wrong way. I know the wrong way. I learned the wrong way in the beginning, which was the sweeps and stuff like that. Found out fast that's not the way to do it, and I stopped doing it. But sweeps are bad to use whenever somebody actually don't have identity theft. If somebody do have identity theft, then that is the right process to go through. Or if somebody was a real victim of domestic violence. Domestic violence can be used in your favor if you are a true victim of that. It's just the people that it's okay to like straggle those lines of being on the close as possible to getting sued, but breaking that, especially in this industry, just frowned upon. So this software is gonna be good. And I called this in 2023. So I was a guest speaker at a mastermind, my buddy Rodrigo's credit mastermind. I went there and talk about business and systems and processes and all these techniques. So I've talked about using AI to modernize and efficientize your business, having empower VAs or even replace some work for VAs or even replace VAs and using it in every single department from the marketing, sales, fulfillment, customer support, and finances. And now that was back then. And I was talking about perplexity back then and even auto GPT. And I talked about my vision about how you can have AI run departments in businesses. So you can have an AI bot that does dispute letters that analyze credit reports, another one do customer support, and also another one that just handle the mailing patterns, and then they just go back and forth all the time. They just orchestrate with each other. They just communicate with each other. And now the tools got so good so fast. I'm like, yeah, it's right. I've been in this domain my whole life, so I know exactly what was going to happen. I just waited. and it's here. So what I'm gonna do real quick, let's just do a demo of it. Let me just show you what it looks like right now. How about that? Let's go to it. Mm. Okay, so the tools report recon. This has been live for the past shit, I don't know, 2 months now. And you don't even have to have an account created to upload your credit report. You can just upload a credit report and then start analyzing it for free for you. So, based off of everything that I just told you and showed you how long it might take to read a credit report, you can upload this. And most of the time, the longest it'll take is like 7 minutes in order to analyze a report. If you have over like 15 trade lines on your credit report, trade lines is accounts. So you got when I say a trade line too in retrospect of using this software, I'm talking about any account that's negative. So let me go ahead and upload one. I hope I'm not rate limited. So again, you don't need to have an account created to do this. And I know for a lot of people, you know what in your credit reports is and all that fun stuff, but it'll be okay. So we're gonna click this button, analyze your credit report. So it's gonna take you to this screen. So what it's doing right now is uploading the report, just figuring out what kind of credit report it is. And as soon as it figures it out, it's going to show it right here as annual credit report. It figured out it was Experian. Okay. So this live activity window, it shows how many negative accounts is on there and what it is. So it already determined there were 10 accounts. Again, this is in whenever you're using report recon, we only focus on accounts that's negative on your credit reports because this is something that's going to find all kind of FCRA violations and arbitration analysis for bad accounts on your credit report. Okay, so 10 accounts, 10 are delinquent, there aren't any charge-offs, and there's one collection. So this might take about 5 to 7 minutes to analyze for right now. So whenever that's doing that, what it's doing as well behind the scenes is figuring out, okay, which accounts can we use for FCRA violations based off of our workflows and all the court cases that was won, and which ones we can use to prepare for potential arbitration techniques. So whenever we find something that might be useful for if somebody wants to pursue arbitration, we can analyze his credit report, figure out what's negative on it, why is it negative, and compare it to all the court cases and the ones that's won, and also figure out, okay, this is what's negative, this is why it's negative, this is where it violated the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and this is how we can use this to our advantage. And it only completed this in, I think, 2 minutes. That's why I'm happy. The software works. So this is the free account. You can anybody could upload this and look at see what's negative on the credit reports without having to sign up, without having to create an account. But what's pay gated is creating a dispute letter and also running this arbitration analysis. The arbitration analysis, these come back with a lot more findings compared to FCRA ones. FCRA violations, you use this, you send it over, you create a dispute letter, send it over to an attorney. That's a big paycheck. These don't happen that much. And there are a lot more SARA violations that can occur based off of if you dispute something and they don't come back with the dispute remarks updated, or you have duplicate accounts or mixed file meaning like the person is deceased. It's you're alive, but your credit report says that you are deceased. That's another SRA violation that's going to be added to the software that you can use in order to get more aid in getting stuff that's deleted. So let me do this. Let me collapse these. It found all those accounts. This is the same credit report that I was showing earlier. It's the exact same one. So for SARA violations, it didn't find any for that collection account that they had found. Because you see, it says one account has a collection, 10 that's delinquent. But if we open this, we see that there's a general inaccuracy. It says the same account appears more than once for the same bureau. Duplicate trade line entries, inflating net, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares about that. If you open the detail, it goes into more detail about why is it inaccurate. Boom and boom. And then what you would do, just click it and you generate a dispute letter. But since you don't have an account, that's a paid feature. So whenever you generate a dispute letter, what's going to happen is you just generate it and you download it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna log into my account real quick. I'm gonna log into my admin account, and I'll show you what a letter will look like. Let me stop my screen share. Actually, let's do this. Mhm. Mhm. Let me find this real quick. So my admin account, I can uh, do stuff. This capture is insane. See, these bots made it so. Ah, ah. I know some people ain't gonna be able to pass this, but let me go ahead and sign in anyway. All right, let me do my two-factor authentication. So as you can see here, we got two-factor authentication on the platform as well. So it's gonna be pretty hard for somebody to log into your account and steal your information. So your credit reports matters a lot. I actually don't know if it's gonna work for me. It worked for you, but since I have an owner account, let's see if it works. Mm. So my view is different than your view if you were to create an account, right? So yours look the same if you have reports that shows up. It's dated by the month. So in July, there were 14 reports that was uploaded. In August, there were four. But this is like in a conglomerate, everybody using the app, which is me when I was testing stuff, right? So if I click on this was today, you're gonna generate a letter. I might run, let's run the arbitration analysis. I want to show you the arbitration analysis. I don't think it'll work, but let's try it. Nope. No, it wasn't. It's not gonna work for me to work for y'all because on this account, it's all a paid feature. So let's try to generate a dispute letter. It probably won't work. It shouldn't work. So if you were to generate your dispute letter, this is how easy and fast it's gonna be. Nice. So as you can see, I just chose that one account that was bad. Okay. So, well, not account, yeah, that one account, and sometimes multiple accounts will have duplicate things that show up. So the reason why it didn't show all of the other things I was talking about before about the payment history guide and all those things is because it's a factual inaccurate account. Those things I was talking about show up underneath the arbitration analysis. So on arbitration analysis, that show up there. There's different violations for FCRA violations and arbitration analysis. The arbitration ones is the ones that happen more often and the things that you can get access to uh and get stuff to different credit reports. Do it all the time. All the time. So this dispute letter looks something like this. So it says I'm writing to dispute a duplicate trade line entry for my credit file. Credit report lists the same account, blah blah blah. And it used the FCRA laws right there. So one other thing that I didn't add to is how do you get results today in 2026? Why do a lot of people get the style letter sent back to them whenever they send out disputes as well? So the answer to that is a lot of people they use the same dispute letters that's getting from templates online and also from other people. Other sometimes ChatGPT or Claude it'll create the exact same dispute letter. This won't. And if it does, we're gonna fix it fast. So you always have to add in your own extra story in the first paragraph. So we might add a feature inside this software that says, hey, what happened to you? Add in why you're disputing this account, why you're trying to fix your credit and stuff like that. So that it can create a dispute letter that's tailored to your experience. A lot of people don't do that. And just adding in that into your credit profile will actually allow the software and everybody else to create unique dispute letters that's for you and only you. And also, that's going to aid you when it comes time to do it FCRA violations and arbitration stuff. The style letter techniques that the style letters that's being received from people whenever they file disputes with Experian Faster TransUnion, you can't get around that. So even if you're disputing your own credit or you have somebody else disputing it, you're gonna get an email or something in the mail that says, "Well, thank you for taking aid in order to repair your credit, but we think this didn't come from you. We're not going to investigate." That's a violation of the FCRA law. So what you do whenever that happens is you just continue disputing. And whenever you continue disputing, they're eventually going to process it. But you keep track of every single thing that you received and what you sent. That way you can use that to your advantage. Now, if you click this right here, you can edit the letter if you wanted to. So you could just add in some stuff right here, but we're going to make it super easy. I'm going to add in that feature actually later about your loss. And then you can easily just download and mail this letter. So you click this button to download and mail it, preparing the PDF, and it downloaded. I wonder if it'll open in the tab. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen real quick. Let's look at the letter. My nose still stopped up. I got that surgery for no damn reason. America. So this is what the dispute letter actually looks like. People don't know how to format the dispute letters. You don't even know how to format the dispute letter at all. Okay. So demo user. This name is the name that's tied to your account. Whenever you sign up, you create the platform. And know that creating a dispute letter and also running any kind of arbitration analysis, you can only do that from a paid account. You can't do that without a paid account. I have owner and admin access, so I can create it and do whatever the hell I want. So you can't do that. But that's where this name come from. Whenever you sign up the onboarding features as well, you can add in your address and previous address if you left this current address for less than 2 years. That's needed that way. Whenever you send in disputes to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, they're able to validate your identity and information so that they know that you're disputing it. Even though they still might cancel it, but they disputed the law. As you can see right here, your date of birth, your social security number. I don't want any of that information. So you add it in yourself. You have the ability to edit this letter. And it automatically know where to send it to. So if it's Experian, it's going to this address. If it's Equifax, it's going to go to the Equifax address. If it's TransUnion, it's going to go to the TransUnion address. And this is the formatted letter. And down here, you just sign it whenever you print it off and you mail it. Easy as that. You don't even know how to, you don't have to hire a credit repair company. You don't even know how to create a dispute letter. You don't even know how to read a credit report. You don't even know how to, you don't even know nothing. You just upload your credit report, pay, and mail. And that's it. And that's all you gotta know. It's that easy. It's that easy moving forward. You don't even hire a credit repair company no more. Just fix your credit yourself. With that, let's go back to the presentation. Boom, 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 boom. Where's I at? So as you can see, step one will be upload and analyze. You drop your PDF in there, and you go ahead, wait for it. Once you pay it, boom, you'll find the inaccurate items. Arbitration analysis is a paid feature. That one will show about 50 different items. You can pick and choose one to dispute. It's gonna have a way more longer granular dispute letter. But if you find any SARA violations, that's way better for you to tackle too. You're gonna review and generate your dispute letters. Pick which ones to act on, and the system, as you saw, is gonna draft the dispute letters. And then just track where you're gonna mail, track, and escalate. Escalating meaning if you need to go ahead and do send it over to an attorney, or you figure out how to do SARA arbitration analysis yourself. So one thing I will say, I did try to make this so that you can just do one round of disputes. One round meaning you only need to file a dispute one time, and that's it, so that you can get results. So the issue with that is going to be you're going to have to do probably 2 or 3 rounds because a lot of times they probably will not respond or do any kind of investigation on the first round. Maybe send out the dispute letter. So you need to know how to tackle that. So you're gonna have a response for whatever response they have, and I have all those techniques and like my own files. So that's something they be taking care of, and I'll be doing it in trainings in the Facebook group. So 3 steps, start to finish. Upload, review, finance, dispute. Easy as that. So I think this next slide is gonna go to how much it costs. It's on the website anyways. It's pretty simple. So it's $69 a month for the sniper plan. Sniper plan is if you only got like a couple of accounts in your credit reports, because you can only dispute 5 accounts. I think it's like 5 credits or something like that. I forgot. And the most popular plan, the pro plan, is for unlimited disputing and unlimited accounts. So let's say if you have a credit report that has 15 negative items on it, and each one of those negative items has like 3 different variations of most of them have 5 things that's wrong with them. That's going to cost a lot of credits, a lot of money to dispute that. So in the pro plan, you get unlimited of those, but you still have credits. You got 100 credits and 25 credits. Most people that just fixing their own credit, you better off with just a sniper plan, $69 a month. If you come to me for credit repair, I'm going to charge you probably you're going to have maybe $500 to $1,000 to pay whenever it's all said and done with the pay per delete plan. Or some people charge a flat fee, or they do a sign up fee and just monthly, and then they tackle on credit money subscriptions. You don't have that with this. You just sometimes you only gotta pay just $69 a month for 2 months, and that's it. And you don't even gotta do no more disputes and credit repair. So the only thing is you're gonna have to upload it for Experian, draft a dispute letter, upload another one for Equifax, draft a dispute letter, and upload another one for TransUnion, draft your dispute letter. And the sniper plan will cover that for you. Easy as that. Very cost effective. I could easily charge $1,000 a month for this, but I want to help more people get results and fix their credit and live a better life. At least on this plan. I'll do something else later in the future. So if you want us to help you dispute your own report, you have a credit report, errors on it, you haven't had time to dig into it, with the done for you style breakdown without paying a retainer for it, you're comfortable reviewing findings and sending your own dispute letters, and you want a head start on documentation if arbitration ever becomes necessary, this tool is for you. So if you still don't know how to use it, you still afraid, that's why I got my free Facebook group for. The free Facebook group is so that you use the tool, you get stuck, you get help. No excuses at all to help fix your credit. I've heard every freaking excuse. I could say a bad word. I heard every excuse in the world. I'm tired of excuses. We need results. So, only thing I do is go to the website, reportrecon.ai. It's been available for the last 4 or 5 months. Just go and upload your report, see what's on there. So if you try to abuse it though, probably like if you get a free account, you try to do it more than 5 or 6 times, it's just going to cancel you out because you're not about to break me, right? So it's for bot protection as well. So with that being said, I have no idea. I haven't paid attention to YouTube at all. All right, on YouTube. Oh, I'm looking at the chat now. America, you at work? My old
I'm
Walmart,
off. I'm off.
my old Walmart buddy. Damn.
That was some good information.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I know
Yep.
you don't
Yeah.
got no problems.
Huh?
No, you don't have problems. You did send me
Oh, well,
yours.
no, well, no, my husband's it
So
needs
yours was
fixing.
clean.
Yeah, mine was clean, but my husband's he needs working on.
So, like, matter of fact, let me see. Let me log out. I'm talking too much. I'm gonna share this screen again because I do have yours, and I'm gonna show exactly what it looks like if you don't have nothing bad on there. Mhm, mhm, mhm. How your kiddos?
Good and keeping us busy. I got one up under me now.
I about to, yeah, I can tell. I about to say you sound like a mommy. How,
Yeah,
how old the oldest?
he is 8.
8. Taller than you?
No, not yet, not yet.
Yeah, these kids are huge nowadays. Oh
And the
man,
youngest right here, 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, I just had a baby.
Yeah. Hey, the bloodline gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Let
Oh
me see.
boy, it's 5 total. It's a lot of kids, I know.
Oh boy, boy, 5?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you had 5.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's like okay. Oh snap. All right. I think I'm screen sharing. Yeah, yeah. Let me go ahead and start this. So this is what it's gonna look like. For example, if nothing's found, nothing bad on it. So it gonna show that 0 accounts, 0 collections, charge off, no delinquent accounts, and nothing open. So that's the benefit of like if somebody trying to a lot of people they don't know what's on their credit. You look at credit karma, don't know what it means or nothing like that. And this is another way to know if you should be worrying about hiring a credit repair company or doing something like that. Because the other thing to start working on increasing the score is not even credit repair. It'll be like lowering utilization, adding some
Mm-hmm.
trade lines, or adding some more accounts, stuff like that, or delete some inquiries.
Yeah,
But yeah, this is exactly what it look like. No violations detected. And then the arbitration, as you say, like I said, you gotta pay for that stuff. But it's cheap.
that's
It's
fine.
$69.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna put some more people on it. I know a lot of people every time be seen on Facebook. Who fixed credit repair?
Don't you ain't gotta hire nobody. Use a tool. People trust
Right.
robots more than they do humans. Now, anyway, some of them. Some of them.
And I
Let's
know
see.
you was mentioning yours is more trustworthy than, Chat GPT. And I be seeing those posts, upload this in Chat GPT, let it run. I think, no, don't be doing that.
Yeah, I just saw it today. Actually, why somebody's dumbasses? Oh, I said it on whatever. Uh, they said they ain't see the link. Man, well, they missed it. It's on YouTube. Uh, what questions you got, famo?
That was you pretty much answered it. I had asked how much was to just generate the dispute if there's no prescription, sign up. And you said the 69?
Yeah, oh, that's it. 69, nothing extra. And then
Yeah.
until at least for now, I obviously change it as time goes on. Gotta figure out certain other things and stuff like that. But yeah, so here it's on the page. Boom, right there. So $69 a month, 25 credits. So 5 accounts, 3 letters per report cycle. So yeah, those 3 letters is for one for Experian, one for Equifax, and one for TransUnion.
Okay.
It's all you need each month for this generate disputes for them. And it'll recycle for the next month, and then next month is whenever you need to start preparing the disputes for whatever is the counter against whatever they might respond to or they don't respond to. Because if
Mhm.
they do respond or they don't respond, you can combat that. And in the Facebook group too, in order to get some more expedited responses, a lot of times you just want to send off a dispute first. You send out the dispute, you wait because you give them a chance to respond. Then once you give them a chance to respond, they do or they don't. That's where you file either a CFPB complaint, a BBB complaint, or attorney general complaint, either against Experian Express TransUnion or the debt collectors or the banks.
Okay.
I
So is it
know.
like I think I seen where is it the 30 days that you give them to respond?
Yeah, in the software, it's like have it set for 40. 40 because that takes into account the weekends and holidays.
Okay.
hmm But if they respond within that time frame, then you can do another immediate response. Now, responding meaning they respond to the dispute with an investigation result, or yeah, either investigation result. Yeah, that's basically it. Not a style letter. They respond with a style letter. You still wait and give them a chance to respond because the style letter, a lot of times they'll send that style letter to you in the mail, and like
Mhm.
the next day or the next week, they'll actually respond with the actual investigation result. So they just lie a lot. The
Okay.
I have examples of what that look like. I got a lot of them. So a lot of time they'll send it to the email or they'll mail it. But yeah. For most people, the $69 a month is useful. 197 if you got a lot of accounts on there. That's bad. Cool. Yep, yep. Let's see. All right. All right then. I'm gonna cover what I needed to cover too. If you ain't got no more questions either, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to be doing these more often, once a week, probably once every Thursday at a certain time. So that
Okay.
way, a lot more people get their questions answered. I'll be able to cover more different topics, different techniques, different disputing methods, and also how you can use that tool and other extra things to get stuff working for you. Because I'd rather do this one a minute than just do one on one. Help a lot more people out.
All right. If
All
I
right.
need you, I'll invite you in that Facebook group.
That sounds good. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Hope to see y'all soon. Y'all got any questions? You can go ahead and answer them in the comment section. I got this. This is recorded on YouTube. So yeah. I'll see y'all next time.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Good.